if my wife ever comes to me and she says, "Hey Alti, you can't go through my phone anymore. You do not have access to my phone," I would get a divorce. Now, before I try to explain to you, let me divide the two concepts before the comment starts flying everywhere. We divide trust and privacy into two separate categories, okay? Don't come with this, "Oh yeah, but it's privacy." Yeah, privacy is privacy and trust is trust, okay? Relationships are built on trust. Me and Astarion and me and Shadowheart, which are the two characters in Baldur's Gate that I notice have the biggest secrets right off the bat, they also have huge walls built in front of them. To get to these people, I need to commit acts of trust. They can only allow me into their lives, they can only show me their phones if I slowly show acts of trust, and they will have confidence in me not violating their privacy, not destroying their trust, and respecting them and keeping their dignity. This is what I also have in my relationship. Whenever me and my wife, we live. Everybody lives in their own different ways. Some people try to live more separately. Me and my wife are pretty close together, so we share everything and we talk about everything. We have no problem into this. That doesn't mean that I can't tell to my wife, "Hey, you have access to my phone, but can you please avoid going through some of these chats with my boys, for example," okay? Because this is where privacy comes in. Depending how you live with your partner, you can keep X amount of percentage privacy for each other, you know, to still do whatever. But this does mean that if your partner has access to your phone, he can still go through these things. And that's when you also have reverse trust. I trust my wife to enter into my phone, and I also, let's say, trust her that she doesn't go into my into my chats, that she doesn't need to. It's not that I'm saying bad things. This is why the trust is already there. You know, she knows I'm doing nothing suspicious, sneaky, or behind her back. You know, but if, for example, I'm planning some kind of gift or some kind of event and she doesn't need to know it, it's best avoided. So trust goes both ways. Now, if you're gonna add, "Hey, my phone is my privacy," okay, but then you can make some, for example, agreements like I said. "Hey, don't access these and these and these chats," okay? You're open, I have nothing to hide. If you really feel something suspicious behind me, you can check it. This goes exactly what Baldur's Gate... this is exactly the same as Baldur's Gate. It's a wonderful game about relationships, about building trust, about growing in friendship as a party, and maybe even in love, which I have not yet achieved. I'm curious with who I will start a relationship in Baldur's Gate. But yes, if you don't show me any confidence, any form of trust, any form of, let's say, reliability, then this relationship will not grow. It just simply will not. And naturally, we humans, I think, personally me, we're interested into, you know, the secrets of the other one, especially when it's like labeled, "Oh, it's a secret." Okay, but what is it? We pry, we question naturally. If you don't want to get to know this person, you will also not, you know, get into their story, and probably the relationship will never grow. But if you're already in a romantic relationship with a person, then of course everybody decides it for himself. But what Baldur's Gate shows me is that secrets get you stabbed in the back pretty easily. So that's a very fun topic. Share with me, how do you see this in your relationship? Does your partner have full access to your phone or not? And how do you deal with this? Do you have like a some sort of rule created or set, or however, how do you see this? Okay, let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening to this little live talk of today. Don't forget that I live stream Baldur's Gate and Ark Survival Ascended at least twice per week. Try to catch me one of the next live streams. Have a wonderful day, everyone.